Good morning from a very rainy Bangkok, but that's not going to scupper our plans today. Do not worry, we have lots planned. It's going to be a fun video, but to escape the rain, I wanted to come and have some breakfast. And I was walking to the market that we're going to, and I found this little Burmese restaurant just in a little side street off the main road. And if you've ever had Burmese food before, you will know it's absolutely delicious. So I had to stop and try it. So the menu is not in English, but that's okay. I think I can work out, based on the concept of what's here, what it actually is. So it will be like, your rice is 10 baht, and then you can choose one topping or two toppings. You can have small or large, and that's the price you pay. Something like this, probably 60 baht and 80 baht. Super cheap to choose, and they have all sorts of different things here. All dishes already made up, so these would have been made fresh this morning in the counter here. And this is very common in Asia that it's like this. It's not a buffet, but it's that kind of style. You just point at what you want and what you fancy that morning. It all looks fantastic. So I'm just going to ask her which she recommends, and we'll go with that. The other menu, there's other stuff, because Burmese food is famous for its salads. Now, this might be a problem, but if you use Google Translate, here's a little tip, it will just you just hold your phone over it and it just completely translates everything. So what do we have? We have bean salad, tomato salad, pig's head salad, tea leaf salad, that's a famous one. All sorts of things on there. So I'm gonna get a salad as well to go with it. I want to show you guys that. I ordered 2 of the curries. I've gone for a pork one, which is on the bone, and I've gone for the egg one. I also ordered the salad. I wanted to get a tea leaf salad, but yeah, lost in translation, let's say that, because it's definitely not a tea leaf salad, but it still looks fantastic. Watching him make it was great. But then it comes with all these things on the side. Of course, it comes with rice. It comes with a little bit of broth, and then it also comes with all of these vegetables as well, little aubergines, some sliced cucumber, and some raw cabbage as well. Not only that, it comes with a pot of tea as well. So we can have a pot of tea. In fact, let's pour a pot of tea. We don't have the tea leaf salad. I think we can accept the caffeine intake of the tea. Look at that. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but I'll tell you at the end. So I love dishes like this. It's because it's so interesting. Like, it's my breakfast, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different things in combinations. Love that about Southeast Asia. So I'm just going to get a little bit of that pork, little pork ribs. There's not a lot of meat on them, but they're going to taste good. I'm going to have it with some of that rice. Oh, yes. Like I say, absolute flavor. And it is a different flavor profile from Thai food. For me, it's more, Thai food is a little bit sweet. Burmese food is a bit more salty. Maybe that's why I like it. But the spices and the flavorings are so good. So good. You get a lot of this food up in northern Thailand because obviously it's on the border. But in Bangkok, there's a few places, and I was just walking past and I saw the language, the writing. And I thought, okay, I need to go in there. That is good. That is really, really good. And then we have these eggs. Look at that. Hard boiled, okay. Yeah, it is what it is, hard boiled. But then we have this sticky, almost jammy chili paste to go with it. I don't know if it's going to be spicy or not. I would assume it is. So again, just a nice spoonful of that with that rice. Oh my word. That one is incredible. Wow. That might be a 10 out of 10. It tastes like there's, you get dried anchovies in Asia. Normally they fry them, but it tastes like that has that in it, but soft. Oh my word. It's one of the best things I've eaten in a long time. Just for the flavor, it's the sauce. Obviously, the egg tastes like egg. But it's just it's a vessel for that sauce, and that sauce is unbelievable. That is 10 out of 10. And before I tell you about what we're going to do today, let me just try this salad. Try and work out exactly what it is. Absolutely clueless. Looks good though. Looks good and tastes amazing. Wow. These Burmese salads are so fresh. That's what I love about them. You have the onion in there, the raw vegetables, you know, cabbage, shredded cabbage, but the tomatoes that actually taste like tomatoes. But then you get the spice and the intense heat. I love Thai salads too, they're amazing. But if I'm choosing between the two, I don't know, there's a uniqueness to these salads. Very different to the salad that you have back in, you know, Western world, isn't it? Bit of shredded lettuce and tomato, a little bit of olive oil. That's nice on its day, but it does not compete with these. I'm a salad fan when it comes to these, let's say that. Anyway, I'm gonna finish up and I'll see you guys at the vintage market. Okay, I made it to the market. Just opposite Chatuchak, the place where we got the plants from and the place where the weekend market exists. Now, someone told me about this on Instagram. They saw that I was looking for things and they reached out and said, hey, have you tried this place? And I hadn't, I didn't know what it was. So I've come here, I've just had a walk around and it is really, really interesting. I love it. There's about 5 or 6 floors of all sorts of things that you could imagine, from vintage clothing to jewelry, to artwork, to antiques, to lighting, to trinkets. Of course, all of the Thai things as well. So trinkets and statues of Buddha and various things like that. But it's a really interesting place. And I can imagine you can spend absolutely hours walking around, having a look at each stall and just getting lost in it. But not everything is open today. It's a Tuesday. And that's probably because it's tied in with the weekend market. So I imagine on a Saturday, everything would be open. However, it would probably be much busier. So it is nice to come on a weekday and have a look around. The stalls are there, you can see them, you see everything, but they just leave a phone number if you want to buy something. They're roped off, they're not all open. But it's still an awesome place to come around. I'm not sure if it's the style of thing that I want for the condo, so I don't think I'll be buying anything. I didn't see anything that jumped out at me per se. There are a few interesting things there for me, but I think I'm looking for more retro for the thing that I have in my head rather than more antique, if that makes sense. And this place, if you're looking for antique stuff, and to be fair, there are some retro or vintage type things, but not for me. But if you like that sort of thing, this is a wonderful place to come, I would say. Anyway, I'm going to hop across the road, so it is literally just across the road, into the fruit market and try and find this fruit, my favorite fruit in the whole world. All right, welcome to Or Tor Kor Fruit Market. Now, it might not be the biggest market in the world, and it might not be the best market in the world, but it is fantastic for fresh fruit. And of course, that's seasonal. Right now you have durians, you have mangoes, green mangoes. Mangosteen, as I say, is just coming into season and it is my #1 fruit in the world. And then you have custard apples as well, that I absolutely love. My second favorite fruit in the world, dragon fruit. Whatever you can think of, it's here in this market. And yes, it might be a little bit more expensive than other places, but the benefit here is that the quality is fantastic and you can kind of see what you can see that when you buy it. The other thing to say is there is fantastic food here. There's a lot of food here. There's at one end there's a street food area. Well, not street food, it's inside, but there's a food area. All sorts of different foods that you can buy and eat here. Again, you could make a video probably, or I could make a video. You could visit for the morning or the afternoon. I could make a video here just on this market. But I did just want to come and show you. I did just want to come and show you how amazing the fruit is here in Thailand. It's one of the pleasures, like the massage. It's one of the pleasures in Thailand to have this quality of fruit here, but I have seen mangosteen here and I do want to try and get some, although the bags are big. It's like 3 kilo bags, but yeah, they're worth it. I've got to show you this though, don't I? Durian. The fruit that is either love or hate, it's Marmite. For me, I absolutely hate it. And it's not cheap either. I mean, that is actually very cheap for that. You have different grades, you have different qualities, you have different types. But for me, they all taste like rotten onion, I would say. And I mean rotten onion. They can be custardy, they can be sweet, they can be, you know, people like them. You like it? It's good? Hello, Mai. For me, no. I've tried it and I've tried it and I've tried it and I just cannot get on with it. But hey, when you're in Thailand, you have to try it at least once. So you can tell he's hitting them. The sound will tell him he's hitting it with a wooden stick, and that will tell him the quality and the ripeness. And yeah, that seems to be the thing before you buy durian. Okay, this stall is a good one to show you because it has a little bit of everything. We have dragon fruit. I think we all know what dragon fruit is, but it actually tastes of something here. We have longan, and we have something similar called long kong, I think. I think that's what it is. I've never actually tasted this one, but apparently it's more like grapefruit, whereas longan's more sweet and more floral. We have snakehead fruit. I think that's what it's called. And then we have rambutan, the hairy one, the red one. You can see that with that almost gelatinous style fruit. And then we have the mangosteen, of course. All right, she's actually just given me one to try because I was asking if I could buy in smaller quantities because we have to go to quite a few places today and I don't want to walk around with 3 kilos. But you can see on the inside when it's cut open, you have that white flesh, succulent, juicy flesh. And then you have this kind of outer shell. You don't eat the outer shell, it's super bitter, but the inside is floral and sweet and it's split into little lobes, as you can see. Oh my God. It's a flavor like no other. It's so sweet, but then there's a tartness to it. So it's so balanced and it's floral and it's fragrant. You can see on the inside when you finish it where those little lobes were, and you just crack it open with your hands. Actually, she cut it, but you just put it in between your 2 hands and squeeze them together, and it will just crack open. Oh, it is the best fruit in the world. You have to try it. You're probably not going to find it in Europe, to be honest. Definitely didn't have it in Madeira. But yes, if you're in the area, if you're in Chatuchak Market, or you're going to the vintage market that I showed you, come to this place as well. In fact, if you're in this area, just come to all of them, because I think it's worth it. It's a day trip in itself, and there's good food around here. There's interesting things to do. There's parks around here as well. It's the park that I run around in, Chatuchak Park. Yeah, nice little space. And just get the BTS. You can get the BTS here, or the MRT here. Anyway, it's time for a massage. Now, I think one of the benefits of being in Thailand, one of the pleasures of being in Thailand, kind of, is access to good quality and well-priced massages. Not that type of massage. There'll be no happy endings in this video, other than good food and good vibes. However, my legs, since that run, are unbelievably sore. It feels like my muscles turned to concrete. So I thought I'd have a massage, take an hour foot and leg massage, and I just wanted to show you kind of the price of what you can get them for here. Maybe you take them back home, or maybe you've been here and you know it. It's just a typical street side massage nearby. It's nothing fancy, it's not a premium one, but it's not bargain basement. Let me show you the prices. So it's called Relaxed Thai Massage, number 5. I'm coming for a foot massage, and I think these are all very well priced. So 30 minutes, 200 baht, 60 minutes, 350 baht, and if you want to go higher, I still think that's cheaper than what you pay in England for sure for an hour massage. The other good ones, Thai massage, if you really want your muscles being worked, Thai massage is like a fight. But this is whole body, and I just want to focus on feet and legs. Back, head, neck and shoulder is also an amazing one. I love this one. And then oil massage if you want something a bit more relaxed, let's say. But I've got to be honest, this is the one you have to be careful of. In certain places, this is the one that comes with some extras, or at least asked. But in decent places like this, you can relax. You're literally, but you can relax. It's not going to be about that. So I think I'm just going to go for the 60 minutes foot massage. Thank you, Cap. Bye. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably one of the best massages I've had in a long, long time. And just 350 baht plus tip, I think it's fantastic. Sometimes when you do these ones, they just rub your legs. They don't really do much. But he was using all sorts of tools and techniques, and it was fantastic. Exactly what I needed. when you find a good one, you find a good one. I'll definitely be back asking for him too. Anyway, I need to buy some running shoes. So I'm gonna pop into town, go to the shopping mall and look for some running shoes before we go for this, what is, I hope, going to be a spectacular crab dinner. I'll see you guys over there. At the shopping mall, I came to CentralWorld because there's a floor here with all sorts of sports brands on. In fact, you have so much choice from Adidas to Nike to Hoka to the specialized running shops like Ari Running and Rev Runner, Super Sports, everything. The first thing I wanted to do was check my feet because I used to be a neutral runner. I know that because I had a scan a number of years ago. But I suspect from my injury, it's probably changed a little and I can feel it. It hurts when I run. Still, all these years later, it hurts when I run. And sometimes when I'm walking uphill, it hurts. So I took the analysis. First, I went to Super Sports. It's a big sports shop and they offer analysis. You stand on the plate and it takes your measurements. It showed that I was neutral, which I thought was a bit weird. So I went to ASICS because ASICS provide a more detailed analysis. Did the ASICS one and it shows there is a slight overpronation, so my ankles tilt inwards ever so slightly. Interestingly, more on my left one. So I'm probably overcompensating, or I'm compensating for the pain to take a bit of, I'm walking differently. And I know that because I had a lot of issues with my back and shoulder and all sorts of things since that injury. Probably should actually go and get proper scans on that ankle at the hospital again, to be honest. Anyway, what it leaves me with is the choice of some structured shoes, and there's probably 3 that I could choose from. So I'm just gonna go have a look at them and then probably make a decision on which one, because I do, and I mean it, I do want to start running more often and get a bit of fitness back into my system. Exciting, spending more money. All right, first up, we have the ASICS shoe, the Kayano 32. Price, 6,900 baht. Reduced to 5,520. I think because of the imports and the tax to import stuff, things are more expensive here compared to what they would be. But this shoe comes in a whole host of different colors, which is important because you have to look good when you're running, don't you? You have to feel good and look good, I think. The second shoe is a Hoka Arahi 8. So this one is 5,900, reduced to 4,193. All right, and these all offer cushioning and support, and it will just correct that slight overpronation. People love Hoka, but I've read mixed reviews on Hoka, to be honest. Like, I don't know how durable they are, let's say that. And obviously I'm going to be racking up the miles, so I need to think about that. And finally, this shoe, Brooks Adrenaline GTS 25. Yes, 25. Looks like a bit of a beast. It looks like the biggest shoe of them all, to be honest. It looks chunky, but the benefit of this one is I think they have something called, it's called like guide rails, where like it only corrects your foot if you're actually running when you need it, if you see what I mean. So it will essentially act as a neutral shoe until you actually need it, and then it will correct it. So that's kind of my number one, but I should try them on. I've got to admit, there's a lot of foot content in this video, isn't there? Should have probably put it on Patreon and started charging for it. Would probably make more than this YouTube video, that's for sure. I think I've decided this is the shoe, the Brooks shoe. It feels best. The others, they're nice shoes. You feel the quality, but it feels like I don't know. It feels like my feet are walking like this, on the sides. It's really pushing them over. But I can't decide on the colors. They don't have black in my size, so these are the 2 choices I have. We have the white and the orange, or we have, I guess, the lime green blue with gray. Now, you guys aren't going to be able to tell me in time, but you can let me know. However, if you follow me on Instagram, you would get the vote. So I'm going to post this and see what people say. So that's the plan. I'm gonna let that vote run. We're gonna go and eat the crab, so we're gonna do that now. Then I'm gonna come back up here because it's just downstairs, the crab restaurant, and I'm gonna buy whichever one wins. See you at the crab restaurant. I'm hungry. All right, I promised you a great dinner, and I think I'm about to deliver that. I've come to a place called Kani Tendoku, and it's a place, well, can you guess what it specializes in? No? Well, it specializes in crab. Not just any crab, 4 different types of crabs, but the ones that I have my eyes on are the snow crab and the king crab, of course. Nothing but the best for you guys on this channel. And they have all sorts of menus, but today we're going to treat ourselves. We're gonna have the 4,980 baht plus menu, which is an all-you-can-eat crab buffet. If you like seafood like me, and you like crab like me, then this might just be your place. It's located in CentralWorld, one of my favorite shopping malls in Bangkok. On the ground floor, let me show you the crab. You know what they say in MTV Cribs, this is where the magic happens for the bedroom. Well, this is where the magic happens for this restaurant, because this is the fridge. I'll give you a perspective. When you walk in, you are greeted by this big fridge showing off these different types of crab. As I say, you've got different types in here. I'm not gonna give you the names, but one of them is the snow crab, which I think is this one, the smaller one. I mean, it's pretty obvious that the king crab is the bigger one, but look at the size of those legs. Unbelievably big. Have you ever seen crab legs as big as that? And then you get the smaller crabs here, the whole crabs that you can have. It just looks so good. My mouth is watering at the mere thought of it. Now, I've asked for mine hot, so we're just waiting for the steam basket to heat up because they've only just opened. However, they brought me over a cold version. They've mocked it up so I can take some shots of it whilst I wait for that. Look at that. And that could just be your starter because, as I say, it is a buffet and you can eat as much as you want. You've got the snow crabs, you've got the king crabs in there. It looks gorgeous. They've cut some leaves on to make it look pretty as well. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about the taste and the food, but visually, you know, if it looks nice as well, that helps. All right, the steam basket is ready. So I've asked for it hot. You can have it served hot or you can have it served cold, but come on. Crab hot, of course. That is the way to have it, I think. So she's just gonna place that in there and it's gonna steam for a few more minutes. Okay. Thank you. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I wish you could smell it, because the smell of that fresh crab is ridiculous. Now, one of the perks of this place, you might have been thinking, Joe, what am I going to do with this crab? Now, I'm used to cutting it myself, but if you're not, they do it for you. So they'll prep all of the crab for you here at tableside. So one, it's a bit of a spectacle. You get to watch it, of course. But two, you don't get to get your hands messy and you can get on with your day. So they'll cut it all up for you and they'll place it back out onto the, you know, the platter itself. So that's essentially what they are doing now. Very easy. A few more dishes on the table. We have tempura crab, 100% gonna love that, I'm sure. I've got that king crab cooked in butter, roasted in butter. A little oyster, deep fried, definitely not raw after my last escapade with that. And then we have to have some veg, right? So I got some buttered corn. On the side, we have melted butter, we have a mayo, and we have like a vinegar. I'm going to start with the deep fried, crispy oyster because you probably want to eat that when it is really warm. Oh wow, yeah. If you have not had oysters and you're worried about it, you just want to get the flavor profile, I think cooked oysters are the way to go. It's fishy, but not too fishy, but it's just so delicate and just melts in your mouth. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. But anything deep fried with a crunchy batter on the outside is obviously an absolute winner. Love that fish. I could eat a whole plate of 10. 8.5 out of 10, I think. But I know what you guys really want to see me do. It's get into that crab. Now, where else to start but the king crab? Just look at that meat there. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, I've eaten a lot of crab actually. Growing up in the Channel Islands on a small island, I used to, well, I didn't initially, but my father used to get crabs and my friends used to get crabs and used to come home and find them in the sink. And every now and then my father would let me share some. He was a bit greedy, I'm not gonna lie. And I'll put some photos up on it, going out with him and catching some. We have spider crabs in the UK. They actually look very much like this in terms of the claws, but probably not as much meat inside them, but still very, very good. And I have this memory of that going out on the boat, pulling the pots or setting the pot on the coast. So this is good stuff for me, nostalgia. I'm not going to say drinking a beer in the back garden and eating crab, but that's how I would like to imagine it. Not when I was 14, 15, but still. The one I've had my eye on, actually, is that butter roasted. Because you can dip it in butter, of course, but when you're roasting it in butter, I think that takes it to another level. And if you've had shrimp on the barbecue or grilled shrimp or whatever it is, you know that the flavor from the shell, when it's roasted, that is something special. So I'm just gonna take that piece out. Look at that. Look at that. That is off the a la carte menu. I'm gonna try it how it is. Oh, yes. That flavor of the shell takes it to another level. We can obviously double up the butter and dip it in more butter. I'm never gonna say no to that. But the flavor of the shell is where it's at. Next up, let's try one of those tempura. What I like is you've got lime on the side, but also you have salt. You don't have soy sauce or something to dip it in. The salt is actually salt. That's what you would want with this, or at least what I would want with this. Banger. Absolute banger. Now, prawn tempura, sure, very good. Crab tempura, that's dreamy stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, that one is just so good. Some of those little snow crab legs. Dip in the butter. And then you can just pull them off. Bite-sized popsicles, crab popsicles, winner. You're not going to go wrong with this, are you? But the thing I've been holding off is that giant king crab leg. Just look at the size of it. That is just made to be dipped in that butter. Let's do it. That is unbelievable. 10 out of 10. What a luxury in life. You have to try this at least once in your life. King crab. It's up there. It's up there with caviar. It's up there with, I'm not going to say that one because that will get me in trouble. It's up there with fine wine. It's up there with all the luxuries that you like to eat in the food world. You have to try it, guys. You can give me a lot of seafood in the world and I'll be a very happy boy. You give me fish, you give me shrimp, you give me whatever you choose. You're not going to beat the flavor of that. Maybe lobster, you could argue, but a good crab like that, dipped in salted butter, and to be honest, it doesn't even need it. It's so good that it doesn't even need the butter. It's just so sweet and tastes the sea and the salinity from it. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. What a treat. The flavor is so oceany that I could smell the smell of the rock pools when I was a kid, and it took me back to one of the beaches that I used to go to with my friends and hunt in the rock pools. That smell of the sea, it took me straight back there. So strange to be sat here in Bangkok, in a shopping mall, in a restaurant, and have that transport back. And I promise you, that's not just memory of it. That was literally the flavor, giving me the smell that from the rock pool of the seaweed and the sun. And very strange, but very nice. What a restaurant, great, fantastic. Really nice experience. I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna see you guys. We're gonna have some dessert after this. Can't eat all this savory food without something sweet. So we'll have dessert and wrap this video up. Now I bet you did not expect me to come here for dessert. KFC, I didn't expect to come here for dessert, and I'm already depressed. I'll tell you why in a second. But one of you guys told me, I can't remember which one, but please let me know in the comments. One of you guys told me that their pastel de nata, or their egg tart, is good. So we're here to try it. I'm skeptical. It doesn't look good. But yeah, let's see if you guys know what you're talking about. I also thought this place was fast food, but yeah, over 20 minutes to wait for just this, so it better blooming be good. I'm already depressed, as I said. The queue is ridiculous. They work on one order at a time. And just, if it's not all there, they're just waiting. Why not get on with the other orders? Anyway, I'm not here to run their business. Clearly they're successful enough. Egg tart, it's probably the Chinese version, almost certainly the Chinese style, or Macau style. Let's try it. That's bad, I would say. I mean, Gary said the one that we had in Chinatown tasted like omelette, like scrambled egg. This one tastes like scrambled egg, in fact. Need to wash it away, the taste. It's bad. I'm gonna give it 1.5 out of 10. The half is because it's warm. You can get half a point for that. And 1 just because I can't give it 0, can I? But it's eggy and oily and greasy and not good. I don't remember who commented and said the ones in KFC are amazing, you should try those. Hang your head in shame, reveal yourself in the comments and apologize, please. Not only did you waste 80 pence of my money, you've also killed my taste buds and you've shamed yourself. So unsubscribe. No, I'm kidding, don't unsubscribe, but I'm just winding you up. Anyway, what a way to end the video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.